Hoosier Trapper Outdoors is brought to you by Hoosier Trapper Supply. Visit HoosierTrapperSupply.com for all your trapping needs, including Charlie Machek's Leatherwood Creek trapping scents and Hoosier Trapper deer scent. Alright, welcome back to Hoosier Trapper Outdoors and happy holidays. This is the cool trapper's cabin that we have here in the shop. People love to come check it out. Kids love coming in here too, as you can imagine. Cool little spot to hang out. But yeah, on this episode we have Texas. We got 2 more episodes in total to finish out the line there. So this one and the next one. And then we're going to go to semi-live stuff that we've been filming. And Matt and Jared have been filming in southern Indiana. Beaver trapping out of a boat. Land trapping, all that good stuff. They got some good footage and stuff for us to see. Also got to mention this real quick. This is a great gift for Christmas. $30 donation here to Fur Takers of America gets you this Sportsman's Calendar, and they're giving away cash prizes, guns, memberships, all kinds of stuff every day of the year. You can, here's January, you can see 250, 100. There's Ruger, all kinds of stuff in here. But the donation goes a long way to help. And then also a little kickback on the other end. So cool thing, we have these available in the shop. You can buy them here. If you need one shipped to you, we do not ship, so you would have to go to furtakersofamerica.com and they'll send you one there. Another thing I need to mention is show us the bottle contest that's going on. We've been doing this for a couple of years now, and basically you get 2 gift cards to Hoosier Trapper Supply. We're drawing 2 for hunters and 2 for trappers. All you have to do is grab your whatever you're using on the line. Say this, here's Top Dog, holding this next to or with the catch of whatever you caught. We'll draw those towards the end of the season. All the details are on the website, HoosierTrapperSupply.com. So check that out. And next week is, we've been rotating, as you know, Trap House Podcast. We're doing a special question Q&A basically. People have been sending in a lot of questions. So if you have questions, now's a good time to send them in so we can address them. You know, especially right now, weather's been freezing and thawing back and forth a lot, snow. You know, people have questions what to do in those situations. Anything trapping related, send it our way. And we'll address that on Trap House Podcast next week. So I think that's it. I hope you enjoy the episode. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Check day 10. Stop and pause here and show you a set we put in a couple days ago. Charlie put a set right on this trail. We actually found cat tracks down here. And got some flagging and kind of a walk-through fenced-in set. This is kind of drainage. Crosses another one down this way, so I just put in a basic dirt hole. And it's the first coyote to put us on the board for today.
He didn't read the instructions.
Top Dog Predator bait, some jet fuel, and Predator gravy. the smackdown of all trailing scents, made by Trillimation. Cool. We're gonna take care of him.
Just real quick here. So we talk about classic locations, and we're setting the ranch roads, and we're, you know, all the intersections are classic locations. So this is a little more subtle, but we have this, and then we have a trail coming through there. So this is still an intersection, and anybody can find these wherever you're at in the country.
All right, just got the remake done. Hole is pretty much gone and disappeared, so I kind of plugged. I don't have the auger on me, so I used the stake driver, wallered it out, make sure put some top dog back down in there, and then I re-lured with some Predator Seducer. So we'll see what happens. Well, we got like 2 days here, Charlie, or 1 day left.
One more check down.
One more check on this spot, so we'll see what happens. Check day 10, it's heating up. My gosh.
It's crazy.
We got the gun for a reason. It's got to be pushing 70 degrees at this point.
At least, yeah.
Well, we got another badger. Now this was an interesting spot. The reason we decided to set it to begin with, this crater that's already kind of dug was already being worked on, and it looked pretty fresh. We just assumed badger. And of course you got a trail that comes through here, some tracks in it, coyote tracks, so put it here, and then it kind of went quiet for a little bit. And then one of the random days, I think we showed it in a past episode, there was just a piece of, I think it was a mule deer hide, like a little scrap piece just laying by the set, and it was the weirdest thing ever. And
I mean, we kind of speculated a coyote dropped it.
Yeah, you know, just something was going on. So, and the set would messed with on a different day than that. Anyway, it paid off.
We have Mr. Badger, and he is gone berserk digging.
Darn near look like it.
Almost.
Pretty cool. I can't exactly recall what was used here, but it was top dog, Predator gravy, most likely in this area.
And we're not badger trappers. We've caught 5 last year. This is our 5th this year, but it does seem like the badgers like warmer evenings, like a raccoon does.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. That warm weather, they seem to be working or running more often. But cool. We're gonna take care of him and move on. Got this so loose.
we don't have a lot of experience with badgers, so, but I will say that, I mean, there's a huge disturbance here, a huge eye appeal, but we have not caught an animal after catching a badger, so yet.
I mean, that's a lot of, it's pretty powerful smell, overpowering.
I mean, they got to kind of, whatever you're catching's got to kind of walk up on a mound, which may be an issue. Maybe I'm gonna stick right there. And it smells a lot like a badger, obviously. The very, very stout badger smell, weasel smell. So
we got some top dog, a little bit of sheep's wool. I'll throw some backing in here to some degree. Not much, but it's just enough. And I'm actually, I don't see a rock, but I'm gonna just cover up some of this hole. At least the bait. Smell's coming out of there big time. And let's give it a little Predator Seducer. Honestly, the bait alone is probably plenty enough, but this also doesn't hurt. You got 2 more days checking this spot?
Yes.
Okay, 2 days, we'll see what happens. Badger number 5, check day 10. Let's roll. All right, we just caught that badger not long ago. Here's another one of those intersections that we keep talking about. It doesn't necessarily have the triangle in it, but it's a crossing path. Makes perfect sense for animals to move. I was originally on the point for that reason, but I couldn't get a stake in. It was super hard, and I knew Jake was on the other side of the lane, which had that covered if whatever animal would take that path. And then I just moved over here to where I could use a drag since the ground was so hard, and I'd have them covered on this side. So paid off, it worked, and the drag held up too.
So the reason Justin chose this spot here was because of the mesquite tree, so he could pre-wrap the drag, so we didn't have to go searching for a coyote. In this open country right here, even with all the mesquites, they could go a long ways. So if you can pre-wrap that drag, we recommend that 100%. So
yeah, it'll save you a lot of time.
Right. Yeah, right.
All right, just finish up the remake. This is another good thing about using a drag, sometimes works out perfect. So when that coyote was caught and he took off that way and wrapped around the structure we had back here pre-wrapped, my whole bait, everything is perfect, just how I had it before I even caught him. Everything's in there. I can see my grass wad. So it was real simple to just replace the trap, bed it solid, sift it a little bit, hide the chain, you're good to go. So coyote number 2 on the day, and let's move on.
Proudly offering some of the world's finest small batch coffee, while supporting responsible trapping and sound conservation. Available at traplinecoffee.com. Never be without great coffee.
All right, check day 10. This portion of the line, there's a long stretch before we get to the next section of traps. So sometimes we fill in as we go, and we're here at an intersection. So this is what we do. If you haven't been following along in the show and previous episodes, this is what we do 99% of the time as far as pitting in a set for predators. This is the classic dirt hole set. Ground super hard here. So I got my hole dig. I usually get a bed cut. I usually put my sifter close by, so as I'm digging that bed, I can just kind of fill it in my sifter a little bit. We're using earth anchors 90% of the time. If you can't get a stake in the ground, we move on to using drags. We like to pre-wrap those. One thing we do too, this trap, you kind of give it a look over when you go to set it. There's a lot of wax buildup still on this dog. It was waxed right before we came on this trip. So I'll set it in place, kind of look it. Looks flat, everything's there. And I'll give it a snap. And nothing's clogging up the dog area either. So now I know it's a good functioning trap. These are just a standard disposable stake. if the camera can pick it up, but I overdrove that a little bit. Usually give your driver a little twist, and if it's real hard, you can smack it with your hammer and it should slide out of there. The reason I overdrove that cable, when you pull it to set it, it's going to lift up about 1 inch. But you want your swivel activated, and it's just right under that dirt. So this is spinning like I like it. So far, so good. Now we love hugging the hole, is what we call it, as far as trap placement goes. And I kind of like my trap to be set just slightly below the grade of the ground. And I know there's a lot of chain. There's a J.C. Connor shock spring here. All that is majority of that is underneath my trap. You can use that J.C. Connor kind of as a point, so you can rest your jaw on and keep leverage. And I just pack that in around it. All this loose dirt around the edge of the jaws. This is a real important part. A lot of guys probably have misfires, and if that coyote's up here stepping all over the place and he steps on the edge of the jaw or a lever and flip that trap out, you're not going to be in working condition, obviously. So I pack it in there. You can squeeze the dirt under the levers, and that baby's pretty solid. I can hit all sides. And as I'm doing this, the whole time I'm looking for any rock pebbles that may be in the way of when the trap fires, that could potentially get in the way of the jaw from closing. I just sweep those out of the way. You got some wax paper. Kind of cut off a section or rip off a section and crinkle it up. That crinkle is going to help get rid of that memory shape that it naturally has to curve and form around your pan, and also any sound that might happen if, say, a coyote steps on it, might crunch a little bit or something. But I think more or less it's so it takes better shape of the pan. And shift all that dirt back on. Some hard ground. I like to find the center of my pan. When you go to work your set, use the back side of your hand, so if it fires, it just kicks your hand out. Instead of going like this, you accidentally push down, you might catch your finger. It happens. So back side of the hand usually works well. There's my trap, so I'm just slightly going to cover it back. Collect all my tools up. And for the last part of the puzzle here is lure, bait, and urine. You can catch anything probably on one item, but if you can use all three to give you a better chance, increase your odds, that gives more things for them to check out in their curiosity. All right. My go-to 3 things for any type of predator set. It's going to be either Top Dog or Mighty Dog. In this case, I'm working with Mighty Dog. I like a little bit of sheep's wool just for an additive, but that's not a necessary thing. I get kind of a short stick, and it really depends on how deep your hole is. You want it deep. They'll work it longer. They can't get to it as easy. But I'll get a pretty good glob and kick that stick down in there. You want it down in there far enough that a coyote can't pinch it and run off with it. And then if he thinks he's got the prize and he's won, he's done messing with your set. But to add to it, I put a little bit of sheep's wool down in there, kind of covers it, more smell, good eye appeal. I got jet fuel, great curiosity bait, lure. And that one's not really a pour style type of lure, one that you can just easily pour out. So I usually take a stick, just kind of smear it on this back end, maybe even push it in the dirt. A little bit goes a long way. Gonna move this a little closer for some backing. Make sure it doesn't roll on you or anything. And last but not least, we got some predator gravy. Notice all my smell is towards the back of the hole or in the hole. Kind of our thinking and idea is the lure is what draws them in. The smell is outside the hole, it carries a little further. That could bring them in, but when they get there, they want to eat what's in the hole. And as far as like urines go that we do with the backing, it's kind of a fear eliminator. Lets them know, makes them feel a little more comfortable that, hey, another coyote's been here, smelling it, and they're checking each other out. So I got all that stuff working for you. I got this pitch of the ground. Hopefully at some point they're working from the front in some direction in the front of the trap. So that's how we do it. That's our classic dirt hole set. And we've caught a lot of coyotes off that set. So let's move on.
Hags Trapping Products by J3 Outdoors, the most versatile and efficient trapping devices on the market.